We're supposed to get some snow this next weekend. What you got to say for yourself?
I ain't wishing for it. I don't want it.
I don't either, but we're gonna get it anyway.
It's your turn to scoop.
Nice try. He said it's my turn to scoop. Oh, we are just heading down the road wherever it takes us. I'm excited to be out of the house, yes. We had a cold snap again, and now it's warmed up again, and we are out and moving. We are moving. No, not that kind of moving. We're just out and we're going wherever we're going. Hey, I know what. Let's go take State Line Road and over to Lanham, so I can show them the town that's in both Kansas and Nebraska. There's some cool stuff there.
Can't take paved road.
Sure, we can go down like the way we went to Hanover, except turn in at Lanham. Take 112. We zipping down 77, then we hop over along Highway 8, and then we take 112 down across the border to Lanham, Nebraska, and Kansas. Actually, we'll only partially cross the border. That's how close we are. Because this won't be a very long, I mean, not by compared to what you would think going from one state to another, if you live in like the middle of the state, but we live right down close to the border.
We're 10 miles from the border.
10 miles from the border. And I grew up about 10 miles south of that. Or less.
Blue Rapids is 40 miles.
Yeah, but I didn't grow up in Blue Rapids. I grew up on the farm. If you take the river road, then, which I know you never do, because he doesn't, that river road's rough on cars. Everybody else takes it because they don't, they're just used to it. But there are some places on that road. It'd be great for a hayride, not so much for a car. Because it's nice, and there's some spots that are so rocky and bumpy. But anyway, yeah, about 7 miles south of there. So we don't have to go through Blue Rapids, but we do. But you like my sunglasses? I got tired of having to cover my eyes certain times a day. The sun is just too strong. So I's wearing them. See all these little cedars over here in this, I don't know if you can see them or not, but there's a whole bunch of little cedars. My grandpa used to pay us a penny a cedar to go and cut those down, those little shrubs like that, because they get so thick that they would just take over and they just populate. The cedars drop a lot of seeds, and so we just take little snippers out there when they were small. We didn't need no hatchets even. We just take some snippers out just like you would on a limb, and we get a penny per. I know that's low wages today. That would be considered, well, he's my grandpa, so he could, but I'm 66 years old. Come on. For us at the time, it was pretty good money. Good thing I have my sunglasses on. What's this say? Lanham, right here. was with the Red Cross. I was looking at a map. I was trying to find alternate routes in case of fire or something else, or flood, usually flood. If we needed to get to a town and we only had like one highway or one, main road. So I mapped the county and I found all kinds of alternate routes, even if they were gravel roads or whatever. And that's how I found Little Lanham. I always thought it was just Lanham, Kansas. Others probably thought it was just Lanham, Nebraska. It's both. We are now entering. I didn't know that was there. And I've been down here. It's cool. I bet it's man-made. But that's okay. A lot of them are. This is it. Right here, we are on the Kansas-Nebraska. I'm not holding this very still.
What store used to be over here?
Oh, there used to be a lot of them. There's a man and
a furniture store.
Oh, not here.
Oh.
That was down in Hanover, Sedlacik's.
Oh, okay.
That's in Kansas.
I was thinking there was more stuff here.
Well, land was pretty small. But right now we are on the Nebraska side. Pretty much. And they do have a few streets. I don't know, one or two. It's a quaint little town, but you know what? That's my kind of town. The only thing is, with these small towns, you have to realize you're going to have to go a little ways to get your supplies. They probably at one time had a grocery store here and maybe even a mercantile or whatever, and gas stations. I think they turned that building there, that brick building, I doubt if I caught it very well. But it used to be, I think, a city building or something, and they turned it into somebody turned it into a house. We are now, I think, in Kansas. We're just on the other side of the street, but a lot of it is in Kansas. I don't think the people who live here really care. I think it's maybe one street long that way, and I don't see any streets that way. But it's really not, it looks pretty well kept up. It's like little man-made lakes and ponds. That's pretty much a pond, but determining whether, I don't know how they classify them. There's the cemetery, Evangelical Lutheran St. John's Cemetery or something like that.
St. John's.
Yeah, I was reading it when we came into town. Oh, that's cool. The way they had that cross on there. Now, I don't know why these are over here separate, unless maybe they were a family plot, or it's an extension.
Side,
or maybe it's maybe it's just not the Lutheran side. I don't know. Some of these small towns only have one church. Blue Springs, that right close to Wymore there. across the bridge from Weimar, has just the one church these days. Used to be a little more active town, but a lot of it is. Now this is what we're on, this actually state line road.
See, this is Nebraska over here, and this is Washington County, Kansas.
Yep. There's Kansas. There's Nebraska.
Oh, man.
This one's, I don't know. You think it's as big as Weimar?
Mobile?
Yeah.
No. There's only like 375 people here.
Well, it sure is a nice little town. It's about the size of Adams and Pickerel. This school up here is...
There's a funeral home.
Oh. This school is Diller Odell. It's a consolidated school. Diller is another small town, which is actually in Jefferson County. This is Gage County, but...
Diller is in Cage.
Diller's not in Gage.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, I didn't map it. It wasn't on my...
It's in Gage.
Well, maybe I did, but I don't... Okay. Joe says it's in Gage, so it's in Gage. I will not argue with him. He's lived here a lot longer than me. Well, 20 years longer. Maybe not quite that. Now you see, we are in the Flint Hills, and this town is on a hill. I've heard it said that you can drive from from east to west or west to east in Nebraska, and looks like you're on a completely different planet. The east is lush and has has a lot of farming and stuff. When you go all the way west, generally you see more ranches and where they've got a lot of land and more spaced out, and the sand hills are out there. So it takes a lot of land to feed their horses and cattle. Ooh, bumpy road. Bumpy turn, whatever. There's little dips to slow people down. Instead of speed bumps, they use dips.
What that is?
Yeah. Oh, looks like the stagecoach. Old West Trails Center. That's a museum. How about that? They got a little museum.
Oh, man.
He's got a problem with his shoulder. There's cross-eyed cricket. I think that's where we went.
Back
Back roads.
road.
There's a community building. It is a nice little town. Orphan grain train. And it's kind of a cute little park. Kind of like McCandless in Weimar. Because it's kind of a small park like that. But it's sure sweet to have. The kids love it. Oh, okay. That's good enough. That was a bump.